from the beautiful Pacific Northwest and the mighty West Coast, we greet you all good morning, good evening, whenever your timeline may fall. Time-appropriate greetings indeed to one and all. This is The Launch. My name is Chris.
And I'm Angela.
Hello, Andrews. A few things everybody should probably know before we go too far in this here show. We'd love it if you gave us a call. Why not leave a voicemail? It's great. 774-462-5667. The phone's cool again, didn't you hear? 774-462-5667. You can make it a live experience. It'll blow your mind. Do it on a Tuesday, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. UTC at jblive.tv or on your podcasting 2.0 app of choice. We come out on a Wednesday morning after Editor Drew has done his thing, and I invite all of you to join us over at weeklylaunch.rocks. That's our website. You can find our links, our mumble room, all of that, because it's a website at weeklylaunch.rocks. It's a weird website, .rocks. You're probably thinking, what was it, weeklylaunch.com? No. No. It was .rocks. Why? It's kind of the cheapest option.
Yeah, because we rocks.
Because we rocks. All right, Andrews. So I asked you what's going on, what's on your mind this week, and you mysteriously said GPS and navigation.
Yeah, I'm running out of topics.
Although I love this topic.
Yeah, I do too. So, you know, we're from the MapQuest days where we would print out pages.
Yeah, when we first started driving.
Make sure to get the map on there too, because
sometimes it would print off on the second page.
Yep. And then there would, sometimes be 3 pages worth of directions.
Yes.
And things have gotten so much better. Like even like with my Acura,
which had a nav probably from the early 2010s, 2012.
Yeah, it was an early one. I didn't know how to switch it from like letters to numbers. So anytime it was like 2nd Street, I would spell out second. So stupid. I hated the nav. It was just so difficult to use.
Yeah, didn't it have like a big knob too? You had to like kind of select through the letters. Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah. And so now with my current car, with the Subaru, Apple CarPlay.
Oh, that's a game changer. Yeah.
Such a game changer.
Yeah.
Like I bought my car brand new, first brand new car that I've ever bought. And it came with like it must have been a 3-year subscription of traffic and
Starlink
whatever.
Service,
Yeah,
they call it.
Starlink. Yeah, I was trying to remember.
Drives me crazy they've called it that. But to be fair to them, they called it that before Elon named his thing. So.
Well, so I was really enjoying it because I had live traffic and whatever.
Yeah,
but Apple CarPlay just does it through Google. Google offers it for free.
Yeah.
So I let that subscription die. But the biggest thing that I wanted to mention was that for the longest time, despite this technology being available, if I knew where I was going, I didn't use nav. I am a data person, and I'm at the point where using the nav, even if I know where I'm going, helps me reconcile when will I be there.
Is
it'll
that time unusual?
Yeah, it'll reroute me if there's an accident or whatever. Like I have become reliant on it in a way that I never expected. Like I've been to this park, 20,000 times. I know where it is, but
yeah. I know what you mean. Dude, who you telling? That's how self-driving works. For full self-driving, you have to have a destination.
Yeah.
So like even when I'm driving to the studio or whatever, it's in the nav now.
You're just forced into it. Sure. Okay.
But I agree with you because it's like I've noticed like, oh, that's not the right time. Like the time to destination's wrong. Something must be up. That can be like the only cue you need there.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you ever, I don't think so. I think because you went right to the Acura, but there was an in-between time before we got it built into the car and before the phone, there was like the dedicated devices, the Garmin's, right?
Yeah.
And
you had those.
Yeah. And I still think the Garmin's and the TomToms and the whatnots.
TomTom, yeah.
They're still very viable for trucks and RVs because they have dedicated maps with height restrictions and weight restrictions and routing for trucks.
Yeah.
And when you're driving for 6 to 10 hours a day, it's nice to have a dedicated hardware device that all it does is nav. So your phone can not be being used or whatever. But I've never had an excuse to play these clips. Oh, geez, I just closed it. I've never had an excuse to play these clips before, but I've had these for a while. And these are early nav systems. So the first one I want to play is the closest to what we have today. This is from 1986. It's from the BBC archive. And it was very early satellite navigation. It doesn't have like a traditional LCD screen. It has more like from an old school alarm clock from the 80s with a couple of buttons, and destinations had location codes. You couldn't put the full address in. So this is a little slice from the very first car built in GPS nav. It still used a little bit of satellite technology, I believe.
Go left onto the A3295.
Thank you. This navigation system is a prototype. In the boot, you've got a computer with a bubble memory, which has got a map stored on it. And the computer can work out where you are from the direction and the distance which the car has travelled. So all I have to do is to key in where I started from this morning and where I'm going to, and the computer will tell me how to get there.
End of journey, 1.5 miles ahead.
So that's interesting.
That's crazy.
And it sounds like a speak and spell.
Yeah.
But before computers and bubble memory and all of that, there was an even sophisticated and clever in its own way, but simpler. There used to be an in-car navigation system without any satellite technology at all, and it was in 1971. And it used a series of cassette tapes and timing machines. This is also from the BBC archive. We go back to 1971.
My navigator is this pre-recorded cassette of tape. On it are all the instructions I need to find my way around this route, and if I ever use a different route, I simply use a different cassette. Most of the time, the playing unit is switched off. It's only switched on to relay the instructions to me, and those times are dictated by this control unit, which is mounted underneath the dashboard.
He pulls out a custom-built control unit in a custom-built bracket that looks like the size of a 1979 hard drive. I mean, it's big.
On the end of each instruction is recorded a bleep, and it's the precise length of this bleep which tells the control unit how far the car has to travel before the next instructions are due. The cassette player is connected to the control unit here. Here, the control unit is connected to the car mileometer, and as my road wheels rotate, taking me forward, this wheel on the control unit rotates. Now its revs are counted, and when that count corresponds with the information stored here from the bleep at the end of the last instruction, the next instruction is given. Now this unit will work with any make of car. All it needs to know to make sure it keeps me on the right road is the size of tyre that I'm using, and I can give it that information by clipping in the appropriate circuit board.
So you have to have
Oh my goodness.
a tape per route.
Yes.
And a circuit board that translates your exact tire size and pressures and all of that.
That's crazy.
But I mean, they made it work, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think in that particular case you're using it for every drive and every route.
No, definitely not.
But okay, I have a question for the audience. Boost in, support the show, and let us know, are you now a daily nav router? For everywhere you're going, are you popping it in? And what app are you using? Like, for me, another app I always have going besides the built-in nav now, I always have Waze. Because there's so many cop spots along my route. I've got the main nav going, and I've got the Waze nav going on every single drive.
Wow.
It's a bit
Doubling
much.
down.
I won't even say what I do for road trips. So let us know, are you a daily naver? And what apps are you using? You can boost them into the show. Fountain makes it easy. Lots of great apps over there at newpodcastapps.com. Okay, Andrews, you ready for this one? I think we should cover some of the best fake news.
Okay.
Back in the faux show days, I feel like parody news, just back in that era of the internet, was way stronger than it is now.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to kind of just check in on what is the state of funny parody news on the internet, because that used to be one of the internet's real strengths, was hilarious.
Yeah.
And of course, an honorable mention, we have to start with The Onion, because I think...
I thought you would give a shout out to the National Enquirer.
Oh, okay.
As the OG, the print version of these.
That's good too.
Okay, sorry, The Onion. Let's do it.
I just thought, when I thought of it, the one that I remembered was The Onion. So I wanted to kind of go check in on them. And they just had a brand new video. I don't know. Let me see if it was brand new. I think new-ish. And they have an old video too. So I'll start with a couple. Let's start with these. Let's start with an older one. It's classic Onion from 18 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
And I think why I loved them. So this is a fake faux news report by The Onion. And the title is Ninja Parade Slips by Town Unnoticed Once Again.
In Modesto, California today, crowds turned out for the annual Modesto County Ninja Parade, which once again passed through town entirely undetected.
This is our 4th straight year coming in. We've still never seen a ninja.
According to an arrow scroll delivered straight into the heart of the city clerk, this marked the 30th year that the Modesto area ninjas have stealthily celebrated their heritage.
It's amazing how the ninjas can sneak by undetected on us. The kids love trying to be able to spot them and not being able to.
A record crowd of 3,000 people came out to not see the ninjas.
We were right where the ninjas probably were.
Best part was probably when I found the candy in my pocket. The ninjas must have came up behind me like really fast and took all this candy.
Despite its long tradition, only once in 1984 was any evidence of the parade's presence captured on film. And after the event, attendees were informed that the theme of this year's parade had been Shirotori Kuroi Kage.
That's classic.
That's funny.
The Ninja Parade slips by town unnoticed once again. That's just classic Onion right there. All right, now that was the classic one. This, I thought, this is a very recent Onion one, and I think this is really just in their power zone. This is from March, late March of this year. And the title is American Baked Potato Association Study Finds Best to Load Her Up.
New research is debunking some long-held beliefs on dietary restrictions today. A new study from the American Baked Potato Association has found that it's best to just load her up. According to the ABPA's report, the optimal way for Americans to eat a baked potato is to pile it sky high with whatever toppings you can get your hands on.
After years of rigorous testing, it's our professional recommendation that you load that sucker to the brim with anything and everything. Chili, blue cheese, bacon bits. Load it up with whatever you want, just so long as that sucker's loaded up to here. We also advise not to skimp on the sour cream.
Before publishing their findings, ABPA researchers evaluated more than 200 other forms of baked potato construction, from broccoli-forward topping combinations only to the, quote, clean method comprised of nothing more than a bit of salt and pepper. But ultimately, nothing came close to stuffing that spud so full that a little drool comes dribbling out of the corner of your mouth.
Macaroni and cheese.
Oh.
Crispy onion straws.
Yes.
Onion rings. French onion soup, brisket.
Don't forget the ham.
Ham.
Oh my, I love that. Oh man. So my favorite food is anything with a lot of toppings.
Yeah,
like literally.
Yeah,
so I want a baked potato right now.
I know, me too.
Oh my goodness.
Me too. So the Babylon Bee sometimes skews more conservative, but they do have some general hitters too, which are sometimes funny. And I like their tagline, fake news you can trust. And they had a recent story, 42-minute delay as dad asked to empty cargo pants at a TSA checkout point. And that's funny. They always have with it too like a great image.
Yeah.
Of like the dad's pulling out like a ruler and a screwdriver out of his pants. And I just thought that was, a great example of a humor we can all appreciate. The other one that they put some work into that made me chuckle when I read it was Grandma announces she has finally joined MyFace.
Yep.
After years of resisting joining any form of social media, Fields finally decided to join MyFace to connect with her grandchildren and see what the youths are up to these days.
It's not like another OnlyFans, is it?
Nope. It's just, her being cute, confusing MySpace and Facebook.
Yep.
And it's got a grandma with the thumbs up at her laptop there. So I like that. But if you like to go niche, in the Linux world, they don't get a ton of updates, but there is a outfit called Pseudo Satirical. And they try to make satirical news for the Linux and, software, free software crowd. And they recently had, semi-recently, not recently, but they had one that I liked. Man delusioned with Firefox vows to build his own internet. And this is so like our community. Mm-hmm. Tampa resident 34 reportedly has decided to throw down the gauntlet and, quote, build his own internet following ditching Mozilla Firefox web browser. Speaking to reporters on Monday, he detailed his reasons for the mammoth task ahead of him. Quote, have you seen how freaking bloated modern browsers are? And, quote, to be fair, it's just kind of like to render most of the websites anyways. It's nearly acceptable. The web is probably the problem. It's not the browser, but we need a new web browser, not a browser. I'm not sure.
Oh, my gosh.
Good stuff. So pseudosatirical.com. I'll put a link to that in the show notes. And then a strong contender that I think I want to wrap up on because it's one of my favorite genres. It's not parody news.
Right.
Parody commercials.
Yes.
There are some really, really funny parody car commercials online. And Honest Ads recently took a crack at Ozempic commercials. And this is Ozempic commercials if they were honest. Which, again, I love this genre.
Asking the same age-old questions. Am I healthy enough to spend time with my family? Do I conform to society's standards of beauty? Can I fit into the same clothes I wore when I was 15? Is the pharmaceutical industry taking advantage of my lack of self-esteem due to the fact that I can barely crack 29 likes on Instagram? Or do I have type 2 diabetes? The answer is yes. You need Got Hot, a corporatized GLP-1 that's for everyone.
When I turned 30, my health became my priority. I started taking GLP-1 so I could fit into some tight leather pants from middle school.
Repeatedly seeing the same catchy ads made me think, do I have body dysmorphia? Or have doctors arbitrarily diagnosed me as pre-diabetic, qualifying me for drugs that are made for people with type 2 diabetes? Luckily, there's Got Hot.
Come here, boy. Got Hot let me take control of my roles of my type 2 diabetes, which I had really bad, like really bad.
Got Hot is a weekly injection of semaglutide that can improve blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes. It can even help with weight loss for adults who are overweight or obese, or adults who have disposable income and want to get a little hotter. No type 2 diabetes required.
No one in my family has a history of diabetes. In fact, I don't even qualify as a pre-diabetic. But GLP-1s are a $70 billion industry. Ask your doctor why the United States of America is the only place where pharmaceutical companies market directly to the public.
I'm just a normal person who asked my doctor how to manage my symptoms of being a size 2. I mean, size type 2 diabetic. But thanks to God.
All right, there you go. There you go. So they got a whole channel, of course. They've been going for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody has any great parody commercials, they do particularly tickle my funny bone, so please do send them in. But Andrews, with the best of the fake news, and I'll put links to all of those in the show notes, there's one thing we got to do.
Now's the time. It's the song of the week. Remember, you can boost the track. They sure like that.
Woo, they sure do. In fact, we hear from them, and they tell us just as much. So Andrews, our song this week is from a band that I feel like maybe you've heard of before. It's I Am a Celebrity by Right Said Fred.
Lord, have mercy on my tired old bone, Lord. Lord, have mercy on my Lord, have mercy. 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 Lord, have mercy on my tired old bones. 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 Lord, can't you reach me on my mobile phone? Lord, can't you reach me on my mobile phone? Can't you reach me on my mobile phone? Can't you reach me on my mobile phone? I've read the Bible, I've read the Quran, Voodoo and Tahiti, Shinto in Japan. Oh, mercy, 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 mercy me. I've seen the gods, the sun and the rain, but the devil's in the detail. I can't explain. Oh, mercy, 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 mercy me. Lord, come closer while I tell my tale. 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 I've read the Bible, I've read the Quran, Voodoo and Tahiti, Shinto in Japan. Oh, mercy, 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 mercy me. I've seen the gods, the sun and the rain, but the devil's in the detail. I can't explain. Oh, mercy, 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 mercy me. Lord, have mercy on my mercy. Oh, mercy, mercy. Oh, mercy, mercy. Mercy, mercy.
Well, I'm just gonna make a quick call to my launch. I haven't checked in since yesterday. 774-462-5667. That's it. All right. 774-462-5667. Call now.
We did get some people to call now. Yeah, we did. And the machine has collected all of them for us, and it looks like it's Christian following up with an open claw call.
Hey, Christian Andrews, Mark from Northern Michigan calling in.
Well, I say
Follow
Christian.
up on my open claw. I think I found...
All right, I'm going to pause right there. I think what happens is people kind of roll in the hi and our names together because they start.
Oh,
and so the machine,
Christian, Angela.
Yep. And so the machine thinks
Andrews.
that's Christian. The machine thinks they're starting with their name.
Yeah.
And not our. I should try it. I wonder if I could tell it to do better. But all right.
Yeah. If you hear Chris and Angela,
it's not their name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, take it away, Mark.
Hey, Christian Andrews, Mark from Northern Michigan calling in. Follow up on my open claw. I think I found the culprit. I used the whole install thing. That wasn't the problem. I walked through all that with Telegram, getting that set up. The problem was I installed it on a Ubuntu virtual machine on Proxmox. The Ubuntu virtual machine did not have a desktop environment. So I had no way to open get in and actually open a web browser with localhost. So one of my tasks this weekend is to back everything up and open and put it on an actual desktop Ubuntu VM. That way I can do that. So at least that's what I'm realizing I think is my problem. Anyhow, more chicken stuff. So you got a rooster problem. Well, I hope you never had the problem that my wife and I had this summer.
Okay.
We had 9 of our own eggs that we hatched. 9. Out of 12. That's good. We'll take that, right? 9 out of 12. And they were so cute growing up. It was the first time we did it. And they were all cute until 8 of the 9 were roosters.
I've heard that.
Yep,
I've heard that before from people.
So what do you do when you have roosters or too many roosters? You find a local neighbor or somebody that wants chicken soup. They can come and get your roosters and take away your problem for you. That's at least what we did. Hope you guys have a good one. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, so Mark, I want to know why you had to get, that's a lot of roosters. Did you get rid of all of them? Were you able to keep 2? So my hope is that if I raise them together, they'll be friendly and they won't fight because they are really fun birds. The roosters are a lot of fun. So I hope I could keep them. Now, Mark, one thing you could do if you don't want to go through the hassle of reloading Ubuntu and setting up a desktop is you go over to your buddy ChatGPT or whatever you like, and you ask it to give you a reverse SSH tunnel command. And then you could forward that port from your remote machine to your local host on your machine with the desktop and a web browser. And then you could go to localhost, quote unquote, in your web browser, and it would redirect through that SSH tunnel to your remote OpenClaw server. And then you could probably get to the control panel. So that's what you're looking for is like a reverse SSH tunnel or an SSH tunnel, actually. So give that a shot, Mark. And then let me know about the rooster thing if you're able to keep any of them. I'd like to have 2, right? I got 2 right now, I think. I'm not totally sure.
so do you want more chicks, though? Because you got to keep them separated.
I think I just got to get the eggs before they turn into. If I collect the eggs every day, I don't think they turn into chickens. I know they're going to be doing their thing. Yeah, I don't know. I know some people do a separate rooster pen, and I don't want to do that either. There are advantages to roosters. They protect the flock. They watch for air predators. They,
For sure.
they inform the hens of where food's at. So when they come across a good little stash, they call all the other birds over. So those are nice things. All right, Bearded Zero's here, and I think it's on the topic of AI.
Howdy, this is Bearded Zero, Southeast in New Mexico again. No bidet talk today, unfortunately. But I do have some opinions on the whole AI situation. I don't know, about a month ago, actually for a while I've had a subscription to ChatGPT. Me and the wife been using it for things. We just share one account between us. She used it to help her with her writing. I use it to help with IT problems. And then one day I was like, hey, we have this piece of old software that we use for our company. And we've spent, I don't know, close to $1 million trying to get somebody to reverse engineer the data and extract the data out of it for us to use for actual, be able to do data analytics.
I bet that's pretty common, actually.
No luck, ever. Like we spent a whole bunch of money on it. I said, hey, ChatGPT, here's this file.
Yeah.
Could you see what you can find in here? And it reverse engineered it in I don't know, less than 30 seconds.
Wow.
And then it helped me build a script to export all the data into an SQL database. And now we're in the process of using Claude to build up a whole data analytic infrastructure so that our sales team and our engineers can use that data productively to actually get value out of all this data that we've been storing since 2009.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been amazing. And then when the CFO saw that, he was like, we can actually do stuff. And then he just went off on a tangent. And now he has freaking OpenClaw installed, and he's just been going crazy with.
This is what I was talking about in the pre-show with the bootleg. Companies are going to spend a lot of money on tokens. This is a common problem in every business that's been around for about 10, 20 years.
Yep.
And that they tried to, they'd be willing to spend $1 million on contractors to fix that. So to spend even $500 on some AI tokens, huge deal.
Yeah.
All right. Bearded Tech continues.
Bearded Zero back again.
Bearded Zero, sorry.
Like I was saying.
It's too many bearded.
It has been very helpful in doing things that we've been wanting to do forever, that we've thrown tons of money at, that has resulted in zero return on investment, and just one $20 subscription just made a huge difference.
Yeah.
We haven't put any of this stuff into production yet, but we do have the data out, which is amazing. And we're in the process of building, using GI tools and things like that to visualize that data. But the fact that we're actually able to do something with data that we've owned forever, has been just amazing. The main thing we're trying to do now is self-host everything and then get it all in-house. That way, it's just, we're not relying on other people's subscription. If we're going to boil an ocean, it's going to be in our little backyard. And we don't need lots of compute for what we plan on doing.
Right.
Anyways, regardless, thank you for talking about AI. I do appreciate it. And if you guys could start a podcast just on AI, that would be amazing, because I would really, 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 really like that. All right. Good one, though. Bye.
So that's a great call, and I hope you keep us posted on how that goes.
Yeah. So my work is getting rid of the primary spreadsheet tool that I've been using this whole time. Yeah. And so now
what are you switching to?
I have to choose a direction to go for my role.
Which way do you go, Western Woman?
I think I'm going to go ahead and let them upskill me in data analyst.
Nice.
I think I'm going to go that direction.
So, and what was the other path?
Project management. Right, because I have my PMP.
Yeah,
I've been doing that. So I think, and I want to continue to do, I love data, but I thought I'll stay in project management because I'll be managing initiatives, and data is required to prove that we're actually doing those things.
Right.
So I still have a pulse on it. I don't like the dry side of data analyst work where you're just like querying and sending data off without any interpretation or warnings. Like, hey, we had 3 different ways of doing this in this year, so that's the anomaly that you're seeing. Like, I have so much tribal knowledge, and so this will be really interesting. But I'm getting a Claude license, so I'll be using AI to help me.
This seems like a good direction to go.
Tableau is going to be one of the tools.
What made them decide to make this change?
So they've been trying to cancel this every year.
Oh, it's
for
one of those.
7 years.
It's like an expensive software service thing.
It is. But the primary content team stopped using it like last October. And at this point, I think the sales team stopped using it as well. We were using it for company-wide goals.
The number of departments got whittled down.
Yeah. And so now it's kind of just me. But I have these amazing, beautiful colored dashboards that are so easy. They're set it and forget it as long as I'm updating the data in the background. So, which is literally just dropping Excel files into a bunch of different things. But yeah, so it'll be an interesting journey, and I am excited to use AI. Like, my boss thought that I was going to be like devastated, but I really wasn't. Like, I wasn't surprised, first of all. But then I'm looking forward to this opportunity because my data had gotten so big and not unmanageable, but I thought there's got to be some ways that I can clean this up or do it differently.
And the scope could be even larger potentially now.
Right. Yeah. Or I can make a more scalable approach for sure. Yes.
Interesting. That's cool.
Yeah.
Bearded Zero has one more call, and it's on
goodness.
a chicken coop, I believe, which is up my particular line of interest right now.
Hey, Christian, Angela.
Hey.
It's Bearded Zero from southeastern New Mexico again.
Did I say Bearded Tech again?
Calling about not bidets. I got to do more of those.
Yeah, I would like more bidet calls.
The whole chicken situation.
Yeah, it's a situation.
So, I saw a short where this guy set up a chicken coop that had wheels on it. So you imagine a foundation around it and just grass underneath. It had wheels. So you'd lift it up. You would drop the wheels down. You put a bolt in it on each side, and then do the same for the front half of it. The whole 4 wheels would just have like tires, lawnmower treads on, or lawnmower tires. And then you just pull that thing forward, about however wide or however long your chicken coop is there. And then that gives them a new bit of grass there to feed on. Yeah. You drop that thing back down, and then you just slowly bring them along. You're just having them go ahead and,
drag them along,
harvest the ground in areas. And you just pull it all around your property. That way you don't have to worry about them being stuck in the same area. Thought it was really cool. Does it apply to me? I live in the desert. If there's grass here, it's going to die. So anyways, have a good one, go. Bye.
So we picked up on the Facebag Marketplace a used mobile coop that does have wheels.
Oh, nice.
So you can kind of move. It's heavy, though. But, see, we live on a farm with all kinds of critters, from possums to rats to raccoons, owls, hawks, eagles, you name it. And so all of them eat chickens. Coyotes, so many coyotes.
Yeah.
Maybe not an exaggeration to say probably 1,000 coyotes on the farm. Like, it's a lot of coyotes. It's creepy. Especially, like, every now and then when you put the flashlight out in the field and it's just eyeball.
Yes.
They all light up.
That happens to me in the backyard area.
Woo, it's freaky. And sometimes there's a lot of them, and sometimes they move. Anyways, so to keep them safe in that situation, they are going to be in a enclosed chicken walk that is bolted down to cement. So that way critters cannot burrow, because I guess that's a common path of entry is burrowing.
Mm-hmm.
And then during the day, we'll take them out and put them in the mobile roost where they can walk around and sort of, farm the ground and the weeds, basically.
Yeah.
And that's where we're hoping having a rooster will be good, because you can watch for.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a real, depending on where you live, everything eats chickens.
Mm-hmm.
Even other birds.
But not Levi.
Well, so far. So far. Although that's how we got him, right?
Yes.
So. Scythe penguin is, I think it gets that one wrong. I got that one wrong last week, too.
It's just Scythe.
Yeah, I think it got it wrong last week.
Or Scythe.
Scythe, yeah. Okay, here we go. The machine tries.
Let's hear it.
It tries.
What's up, guys? This is the penguin.
Mississippi.
I don't know if I sound sick, but I have a sinus infection.
Oh, sorry, dude.
I have something, but it's not gone away. And it's how I spent my last week on PTO sick. That's my luck, apparently.
Yeah. Welcome to my luck, too.
But enough complaining, at least about that. Four things.
All right.
One, on the name. It's actually I don't think I've said it like specifically, but it is Sithy, S-I-T-H-Y, like like
that's what it got.
The Jedi and the Sith from Star Wars.
Okay, I got you.
And then of course Penguin, which Penguin.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I need to insult your intelligence by explaining that. Because that seems to come through easily. But Sithy, not so much, because I have bad mouth apparently, and it does not do words very well. 2, on the Wordle game.
Yes.
Fun story. My mom is, I'm not going to say paranoid, because I don't think it's fair. But my sister was going out of the country for the first time when she was like 17 or 18 years old. No one was friends. And my mom and her basically like made a deal. And my mom's like, I just want to make sure you're okay. But if you don't mind, just do your daily Wordle and post your results on Facebook. Just to make, just so I know you're okay. I'll be fine after that. I just want to make sure.
The Wordle polls.
I thought that was a pretty nice kind of like thing that my mom decided to do. And my sister was, of course, like, yeah, I'll do that because she's good. I thought it was really smart. And so there's the second thing. The third thing was space related because, of course, Artemis 2 has returned at the time of me recording. Which fantastic. I'm so happy about. Massive space fan, if you couldn't tell. And then I guess maybe third and the fourth thing.
The
2
cutoff.
minutes gets you quick.
2 minutes is a long voicemail, guys.
It is.
It's a long voicemail. I don't know how you're not doing it. All right, but
he called back.
He did call back.
Put some macaroni and cheese on there, too.
And he says, I think he gives us a flat earth joke. We'll see.
I was cut off because I talk a lot. I don't know exactly where I got cut off, but you might want to edit this one because I'm going to use some very bad words.
Ooh.
Get ready, Drew.
But no, I will not be your flat earth correspondent.
Oh,
however, joking aside, actually not joking aside, I don't know, either way, funny as shit. I thought that was hilarious. So thanks for feeding into that joke.
All right, still U.S.
I'm probably have to put that somewhere else now, or at least tell that story to somebody now. They're like, oh yeah, I listen to this podcast. They like to make phone calls. Why do they make phone calls? Don't worry about it. Either way, I told them a flat earth story, and now I'm their flat earth correspondent. They're going to be like, you just set yourself up for all this stuff, right? And I'm like, of course I do, because that's just apparently what I do. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know exactly where I was going to go with that at this point.
It's because you're a correspondent.
Oh, well. Either way, hope you guys have a great week. And I will catch you. I'm sure I'll probably call you after I listen to the episode on the 14th.
All right.
Something like that. Either way.
Yep.
I'm going, guys.
Thank you, Sithy. I would say we need someone with your passion and energy to be that correspondent, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's who we need reporting in. So,
yep.
Sometimes it's not the hero you want to be, but it's the hero we need you to be. That's how that works. Thank you, everybody who called in. We really do appreciate it. You can leave us a voicemail, as you know, and then we'll play it on the next show.
Well, I'm just going to make a quick call to the launch. I haven't checked in since yesterday. 774-462-5667. That's it. All right. 774-462-5667. Call now.
Why not call now?
Yeah.
You can hit pause. It's all right. Hit pause. Give us a call, ski, and then hit the play button again. Mm-hmm. We don't mind at all. Okay, Ange, let's get into some of these boosts. We got some good ones. And producer Jeff kicks us off as our baller booster with 100,000 sounds.
Hey, Rich Lobster!
Thank you, PJ. That's one of our biggest boosts on this show in a long time. He says, some chicken owners I know got rid of their roosters. Insert a sausage party joke here. I guess they can get aggressive and kill the chickens. Anyways, I really just want to encourage more boosts. Thank you, Jeff. We really do appreciate that. Yeah, that's my concern too, because they get territorial and each rooster likes about 10 hens, I read.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They like to have their own Harlem.
And you only have what? So 8 total.
Yeah.
2 of them are roosters, so there's 6. Yeah. Mm.
It's going to be
each?
It's risky. Mm-hmm. They not only do they like to have their own Harlems, but they like to have their own territories too.
Mm-hmm.
So if we could just let them wander around and all of that and get a few more birds, we'd probably be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see. Oh, everybody's freaking me out now. Thank you, PJ, though. I do appreciate that. Baller boost. Thank you very much. Adversary 17 came in with 20,000 sats. And Adversaries writes, thank you for this episode.
You're welcome.
Bitten is here with 5,000 sats. Quick, hide these sats for me. The tax man can't know about these. Shh.
Oh, I'm in.
Don't worry. We got a special place in Brent's pocket. Woodland Geeks comes in with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sats.
So the combination is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And that's Mark from Northern Michigan. He boosted in because I don't want to hear lower expectations. It makes me sad.
Make it so.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Otterbrain is here with 5,000 sats. The discussion of Bigfoot in the members feed. I wonder how many cities have the mythical monster for fun and marketing. Over here in Vermont, we have a champ, that Lake Champion Lake Monster. Oh, champ, the Lake Champion Monster, yeah. Come visit us to see the spot and the aquatic dragon, right? And then you also have the Loch Ness Monster in some places. I take it personally when I visit somewhere and they're taking on our Bigfoot, because Bigfoot's from the Pacific Northwest. Oregon does this too. Oregon tries to steal all of our Bigfoot glory, and it's a little bit more understandable because they have a little bit of a claim because it is technically in the Pacific Northwest. But everybody knows that any real Bigfoot is up here in Washington and then sometimes goes up into BC, and they're not messing around down in Oregon. It's too warm. Everybody knows that, and I'm tired of people pretending like they don't.
Everything's under control.
I just put I'm trying to put a picture in chat that I saw when I was going to pick up Abby the other day. I had her take it's not sending through, but just if you're in chat or if you want to go join Launch HQ, you can zoom in once it sends, and there's somebody put like a mask on and it looks like a man. It looks like a man out there wearing a moss costume and a mask. It's weird.
Somebody walked by with kind of like the perfect inspiration and moment. Like they saw that and they thought, hey, you know what? I've got this mask that I can put on this thing. I don't know how else to describe it. You did a pretty good job, but it's one of those things. So you're walking on a trail, and then as you go by, you notice, hey, that's a face.
Yeah, I was driving by.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But somebody had stopped and was looking at it, and it read as I saw it as well.
Woo, it's creepy.
Yeah.
That's pretty creepy. All right. Thank you, everybody. You know, it's not creepy supporting this here show and keeping us going. 2 of you stream sats. 3,480 sats stacked by you streamers. Thank you very much. Thanks to PJ's Big Baller Boost and some support from all of you out there. We stacked a grand total when you bring our boosters in 145,825 sats. Not too bad. If you would like to support this here show with a boost, Fountain FM makes it real easy, and they're making it even more accessible to fiat boosting. And then, of course, there's Albie Hub and a plethora of ways to boost, including just from the web with the podcast index. And that's you can get started, add new podcast apps for that, or Fountain FM if you want to go right to easy mode. And they're always adding new features too, so it's either way, it's pretty good.
Chris found a gem, an easy flip. Let's cash it in. It's barely standing, kind of scary, but potential's extraordinary. Just trust me, it's a winner. Just trust me, it's a winner.
I got a few options for us.
Okay.
On the budget side, we have a cozy fixer-upper, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 576 square feet, built in 1972 in North Carolina. It's got a fireplace, a carport, a barn, a grain bin, a water view, and I would say a rustic feel. It's charming in the sense that it's a fixer-upper, in the sense that you could say it has good bones. It is surrounded by garbage, and as they say, it does need a lot of, quote, cosmetic surgery. It's probably more accurately described as a garbage pile than it would be a home.
Yeah.
The land may be useful. I don't know what the 150,000's for. Like, the pictures are blurry.
Yeah.
And of just random garbage and pants and clothing.
Yeah, and unfinished areas, doorways and such.
Just very odd listing.
Mm-hmm.
They call it, in the way they describe it is cozy little home, and they use terms like rustic feel, which is one way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
They say
they meant rusty.
Yeah. They're trying to frame it as like a homestead opportunity, you know? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
If your crops are going to be old trash bags, loose siding, and unresolved liability. And at 576 square feet, this place has somehow achieved the impossible. It feels like too much house and not enough house at the same exact time. It's ridiculous. And I love that the realtor starts with, quote, imagine the possibilities.
Right.
Yeah, well, you're imagining gloves, a dumpster rental, and whether there's any kind of remodeling that you're going to be able to do yourself. Yeah. It's not a fixer-upper. It's a sadness extraction project was my note for this one.
Sadness extraction.
As I was going through, it's like, oh, this is sad.
That's funny.
Just getting rid of somebody's bad decisions. All right. Now, I would argue that often the kitchen is the center of a home.
Yes.
But not in this home.
Oh.
This one bed, one bath, 684 square foot house was built in 2003, and it is also in North Carolina. Now, what is interesting about this one is it's in a little bit better shape. So it's $239,000 because it is in better shape. And they've decided to make the bathroom the center of the home.
Yeah.
So the bathroom is quite literally in the very center of the home. And that includes the shower, the pooper.
Wow.
It's all right there in the center of the house. What do you think of that?
Okay. Looking at the floor plan, I was like, that's weird. That's curtains. But then there were stairs there. So I thought, okay, they just put up some shower curtains.
It is sunken
stairs.
in a little bit because they're classy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're classy.
It's a decent sized shower, 5 foot by 4 foot.
It is. Yeah, they got a virtual tour too. So you can go stand in the shower and look around.
Oh my goodness. As you go through the pictures, it shows you, it highlights where you're at in the house.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I've never seen that before. I like it.
I mean, so if you're really into watching somebody shower, from every spot, from the kitchen, from the bedroom.
Yeah, you just use shower curtains.
From the living room.
Oh, can you imagine the
steam?
Moisture. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything's
exactly.
getting steamy.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah. Or like when somebody does a number 2, and I mean, I don't know, man.
Weird.
So, and it's crazy because it's 680-ish square feet, and the biggest thing is in the center is a bathroom.
Yep.
All right, but I acknowledge that that's a little far for you. The North Carolinas are a little
Yes.
far. So I also wanted to find something closer to home. I'm calling this one Bumpy in Bellingham. Now, the listing shows, I'm sure this isn't true.
Holy moly.
0 beds, 0 baths, 0 square feet.
How?
I believe it actually has 1 bedroom. This may be the most expensive 1 bedroom I've ever found. It is listed at $5.8 million.
I don't understand. Is it land?
The land is very valuable. It's on a, as they say, quote, pristine peninsula with rigorous architectural language and intimate harmony with nature. It's Bellingham. So you're like one Subaru away from a conversation about foraging on a walk. But what is very odd about it is the texture.
Yeah.
How would you describe that?
Corals. Giant corals all over the house.
It looks like the house has a really bad rash. Or some kind of fungal
it looks
infection.
Like stone, but not grouted.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like they just left it unfinished.
It does have an amazing, I mean, you're paying for the peninsula view there.
Yeah.
The exterior texture.
Yeah, how weird.
It's kind of, I don't know how to really, it's like a luxury sea sponge was one of my notes. It's a billionaire that wants his house to seem both handcrafted and slightly infected at the same time. And it has a very expensive Pacific Northwest energy of, I want minimalism, but only if it's extremely difficult and fancy.
Well, picture 19 kind of looks like a bunch of wasp nests.
I know.
Hanging down.
Well, sure. Yeah. You bet.
Weird.
I mean, there's all kinds of trees out there and stuff. Yeah.
No, that texture on the outside.
Oh, yeah, because the rock texture comes through the windows. It yeah. I don't think I would. I love that view. I don't like the rocks hanging there.
No, it's so weird. What the heck?
It's too much. It's too much of a statement. It's not a real estate listing.
Well,
it's a subscription to a fantasy.
And so then tree barf is going to go between whatever these are, this material, break down into soil, and then stuff's going to grow.
You're hiring somebody to come out there and wash it. I don't know. You're hiring somebody to come out and pressure wash it.
Weird.
You got to think of it more as an opportunity to tell people that you have a cool house, that it is actually an opportunity to have a house. Just think of the permitting hell for this, for everything, for finishing it, because there's parts that are unfinished, all of it. And of course, it comes in at a reasonable $5.8 million. So, and it's on 0.9 acres. I mean, it is very pretty there, but I like Bellingham.
Yeah.
I don't think homes in Bellingham are worth $6 million.
No. Well, definitely not.
Maybe in Seattle, on the water.
Mm-hmm.
Bellingham? Like, what are you doing? You're commuting to Trader Joe's and back. Like, that's all you're doing. Like, I don't get
Maybe
it.
you're crossing the border every day.
Yeah, maybe. To go do some big fancy Canadian job. It is out there on the peninsula. That is really cool. Chucking Up Point's a really neat area. 544 days on the market.
Yeah. Oh, is this one of those where they are skirting yeah.
I mean, $5.8 million for one bedroom house.
Yeah.
This is so crazy. I don't know who could buy that, but if you can, maybe you become a member.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, wow. So it's the whole range from cozy to, I don't know, looks infected. I don't know what you call it, but the view could be worth it. Even if you didn't keep the house, that view could be worth it. Just, you never know. All right. Well, that's all I know for us. Links to what we talked about today are at weeklylaunch.rocks. Love it if you want to join us next Tuesday. Jeez, Linux Fest is going to be next Tuesday is the last show before Linux Fest.
Yep. Linux Fest, April 24th, 25th, and 26th.
Not processing that properly.
Yeah.
Okay, it's coming.
It's sneaking up.
It's sneaking up.
Real quick, like.
LinuxFestNorthwest.org?
LFNW.org.
LFNW.org. I think they both work, but I like I'm an old school guy.
Oh, yeah. You could, well, let's see. Yeah, we have a digital billboard right now going in Bellingham.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I posted it on Twitter or X.
Cool. We got a billboard?
Yeah.
That's so fancy.
Yeah. It's on LinkedIn, Mastodon, Blue
Our little
Sky.
community Linux event's got a billboard, guys.
Yep.
It's pretty great. Up in Bellingham, speaking of which. All right. Well, let's get out of here. We'd love it if you want to boost us and tell us if you're a GPS addict doing a daily nav for places you already know where you're going. And any of your chicken tips. Like I've trained mine to bag for worms now. Chirping constantly for little worms. Tell you what. That's it, though. Thank you so much from the beautiful Pacific Northwest and the mighty American West Coast. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of The Launch, and we'll see you right back here next week.